Okay, so I wanted to show you how to make each of these campaigns that we covered in our recent webinar with Memberium. And so I'm just going to give you a walkthrough of how you would go about creating these kind of Infusionsoft campaigns and plus this features to do exactly what we talked about in the examples here. So the first example we gave in that webinar was about how to do these lead ads where someone could come in and see your ad on Facebook and do like all of their opt-in directly there and then get put into your Infusionsoft app and have a tag applied immediately afterwards. So the way that we do that is we go into your, I'll show you the campaign first. So let's just go to like our campaign that we set up here. What you're going to need is a tag that indicates someone signed up with that lead ad. And then over here is literally just a delivery sequence. I don't really have anything in here, but obviously if you have like a free guide that they download, you can just put in the email and deliver that guide just like normal. I'm not going to get into like obviously big details on what words go in these emails or any of that stuff. It's going to be completely different depending on what your business is. But really, it's simple. It's as simple as just getting a tag that you want to use and the sequence. So we're going to do a little Facebook lead ad tag. Let's go ahead. You can just pick whatever one you want. I'm not going to do a specific one in this example, but you can just create that tag ahead of time if you want. Then when you're ready and you're at this stage, you're just going to go into plus this, and you're going to go to their feature library, and you're going to type in Facebook, and then lead triggers is the feature we want to set up. So when you set up one of these lead triggers, you are going to first need to have your Facebook lead ad already created. And if you're doing this for the first time, all I would recommend doing is how to make a Facebook lead ad. This is what I did the first time we did these, and there's so many guides and walkthroughs on this now and it's always changing, so you want to make sure you have the latest one. But this is all I recommend. Just Google it. There's a lot of updated documents. Facebook has their own that's usually pretty good. Social Media Examiner is usually really good too. And you can get all the instructions on how to create a lead ad just from doing this. So once you have your lead ad ready, plus this is just going to need to connect to your Facebook account. So the first time you do it, you just need to give it permission to connect to it, and then you're going to be able to start seeing your pages in there. And when you have your lead ad set up, you can pick which one it is there that you want to use, and then what tag you want to apply. So I don't have one created for this one. We didn't do one, but you could say it's that. If you haven't made a tag yet and you wanted to, you could create it from plus this itself super easily there. And then all you have to do is make a name. So we'll call this our cooking lead ad demo. Obviously you want to use a name that's descriptive here. And then you're going to click save. And literally this is that campaign that we were looking at. So all we're saying here on this page is that whatever you decided to use for your tag, back here, make sure that is the tag right here. This is the tag that you want to use to kick off the delivery. And that is really as simple as it gets for creating one of these Facebook lead ad campaigns. So the second campaign I wanted to show is how to do the Facebook Live campaign, where you're on Facebook Live, you're giving some great training, you're teaching something really valuable, giving a lot of goodwill to your audience that's there, and you want to be able to make it so the people who are watching, if they can actually like opt in to get the information that you're describing, maybe your designs that you're laying out in this training, your presentation, your slides, that kind of thing. Or maybe it's follow-up afterwards that they needed to get that you can't just do on a Facebook Live call. So you want an easy way for them to do it by doing like a text to opt-in. And the other thing you'd like to do is you'd like to give them some kind of bonus for opting in while you're there live in person and not just watching the recording. So we're going to do two different things here. You can see like a text offer to opt in, and then we're going to have like the follow-up that's based on them doing it at a certain time. So let me show you first what it looks like in Plus This when you want to do like your text opt-in so that you can set this up pretty easily yourselves. So let's hop over to my demo account for this one. And we're going to go do, for this, a text opt-in is called a SMS sequence. And you'll just see the example here, like your keyword for that. And when you set up one of these, you are going to integrate with Twilio. So we use Twilio for all of our SMS. And what's great about this is that we integrate with your Twilio account so that you still own your own phone numbers. You don't have to worry about us owning that for you or anything like that. And then you pay directly to Twilio for every text that goes out. So you pay the lowest price possible. It's like wholesale pricing, less than a penny in the United States. They support over 150 countries, so you have a lot of flexibility with Twilio, and that's why we recommend them. So once you've tied up your Twilio account, you've integrated it with Plus This, we're going to be able to see the numbers that you have on there. And if this is the first time you're ever using Twilio or setting that up, we have some information in the side here for how to sign up for Twilio and what you need to do to get started in order for Plus This to be able to do these text opt-ins basically. But once you've gotten there, you're going to go ahead and come into Plus This. You're going to sign into your Twilio account. We're going to be able to pull up the numbers that you have. So if you have more than one number, you can pick which one you want this to come from. And then you're going to have like a keyword. So if you're on Facebook Live and you're giving your training, let's say it's a garden training, you might have them text in garden for this this training that you're doing, and they'll get the like bonuses if they do that, or your opt-in, your slides, any of that kind of stuff. And then when someone texts in, we need to store that phone number that they're texting in with somewhere. So we could put that in the phone one field, or if you have like an SMS field, you can use that too. And then we're going to apply a tag when this starts, so you can do something, whatever you want to make that tag when someone starts. So we can just make a new one really quick here. And we'll say text deliver. So this is a tag that you could use to deliver what it is they texted in for. Deliver garden opt-in, for example. Cool. And then this is the message they're going to see as soon as they text garden to that number. So you can say something like, thanks for your interest in our gardening ebook. What's a good email to send it to? Because we don't have their email yet, so we need to collect that first. So now we're expecting them to actually send us an email, so we need to store that in an email field. So that's what we're doing in this box here, save the response to this field. And then if you want to, you can apply additional tags here. So every step of the way we can apply a tag. If you want to, if you have different automation that, hey, we just got their email but we didn't get what we needed in the next step down here, then that's a good way to kind of follow up with those kind of people. So after they send us an email, you can ask for their name. What's a good name to call you? Something like that. And then we're expecting them to give us their first name. Maybe you could be more specific, like what's your first name? All right, cool. And then again, you have the option to tag. And then lastly, if you can obviously do this however you like, but in this example, we'll just say that's good enough for now. If you wanted to show off this feature too, so if you now have their first name, you can merge it in there. So you can say, thanks, Bryce, or whoever it is. We'll look for your gardening ebook in your email shortly. Cool. And here's the other thing, like a lot of people might have something in here where they're expecting an actual like response. If you do, you can definitely store this in like a custom text field or something, so you can see exactly what someone responded with, and then in your campaigns, this one's for the Facebook one, but in your campaigns you could have it so when they text in, you can see what their responses were by just merging in those fields too. But that's just a little extra bonus tip. If that's something you wanted to do, you could do that. And so that's good for now. We'll say this is our gardening demo, but you're just giving it a feature name. So this is what you're going to look up if you're trying to find this sequence later on and edit it or do anything with it. All right, and then that is all you have to do to have this SMS text to opt-in ready for you. So now they just got a text in garden. When they do to this number, they're going to get the tags that you have set up in that sequence, and you can use that to deliver what you want for that specific opt-in on your Facebook live promotion that you're doing. So now I'm going to go jump into the second part of this, where we're going to make it so not only do we do something if someone opts in, but if they do it during my time that I'm going to be live. So let's say I'm planning to be live on like Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Then we're going to want to give them an extra bonus for opting in while we were live on the presentation. So I'm going to show you how to do that here next. All right, so for the second part of this, we're going to say that someone has signed up for our gardening ebook while we're on this Facebook Live call. The one thing I just changed on this example here is when they sign up, they're going to get that tag from our text opt-in. So obviously you can have them opt in through multiple ways, but in this example, they're just going to come in through a tag that we set up in plus this to deliver it. So you're going to just make sure you have that tag there that you set up in plus this in our last part of that video. And that's going to kick off your delivery like you saw there before. But now we're also going to add a little special tag here to deliver a bonus that will go out to only the people that sign up while we're live. So this tag, we're going to learn more about what that needs to be in the actual plus this setup. So I just want to show you the campaign so you kind of get a high level picture of what we're going to be building here, and then we'll go into the individual pieces in plus this to show you what gets put in here to execute it. So in plus this, the feature we're going to use to make this happen is called a time frame trigger, and when you go into your app you can just search for that, and then here you're going to set your date for when you're going to do this time frame trigger. So on this one we're going to say, what if it's Friday the 2nd? And the tag, so again that's the tag that we want to use here, that's going to be applied, is going to be made. So we'll say this is our gardening ebook. This is a special bonus that we're going to give only to the people that buy it during this time. And we can just say it's like eligible. So it's easy for us to know, okay, only people with these tags should get the bonus. So maybe this is like another gardening ebook in addition to it that they get only if they signed up during then. And then we're going to do this again, it's UTC time, so just make sure you know what that time frame kind of converts to in yours. But for simplicity, I'm just going to say it's like 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Perfect. Cool. And then this is some extra ones. So if you wanted to do a bonus at between 1 and 2 p.m. and then you're doing a special like encore at 3 p.m., you can just set these all up in under one feature if you wanted to. But this is optional. You can do it with just one rule if you want. All right, and then we're going to name it. So we'll call it our gardening special timing offer. We'll save that here. All right, cool. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have a little HTTP post that we're going to run. So what we do with these is that we put these in the campaign when we want this feature to run. So what's going to happen is when we go to our campaign now, when we have this delivered, so we'll probably have like, for example, see if I can do this right. There we go. So we deliver like the gardening ebook, but at the same time, we want plus this to know what time it was that they're doing this. So whenever you do a plus this like HTTP post, you literally are just copying what they give you here and you put it into your HTTP post where you want this to run. So in this one, we want it to run as soon as someone goes through and actually opted in through your text. You got that tag from the previous feature we set up. They come in here. It needs to have the HTTP post run at this point because we need to know, okay, did they opt in during this time frame that we set up right here, or did they do it at a different time? Because that's going to determine whether they get this time frame tag that we set up as well. So here we have this gardening ebook special bonus eligible. That's the tag we want to use here. So we would take that tag, special bonus eligible, save that there, done. All right, and then all you have to do here now is give them the bonus, right? So you just deliver that bonus there and they're all set. So now just a quick run through of this campaign just so it makes sense one more time. They're getting this delivery tag from your SMS text to opt-in that you set up with the SMS sequences. And then that's going to drive them into the delivery campaign where they can get their ebook. And then as a special bonus, anyone that hits this campaign during that time frame, right here, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. on September 2nd, they are in addition going to be tagged with this, which will then allow you to deliver the extra bonus. So they get not just that gardening ebook, but they get the second one too, or whatever it is you want to deliver. And that's basically how you can do these really cool Facebook Live campaigns where you're live on a call or you're live in front of your audience there on Facebook. They are learning from you and you're able to give them an offer while you're live, have them text in, and then do something even more special for the people who are doing this while you're live. So I hope that's helpful, and we'll run into the next scenario here in a second. Okay, the next campaign I want to show you how to create is our Facebook upsell campaign. And so the scenario, again, just to review it, is let's say you have a video series on music lessons in your membership site, and you want to show ads to members based on what like videos they're watching. So if they're watching like your blues videos, they should start seeing ads for your blues music CDs or lessons or sheet music. And so that is what we're going to set up now, just in using Infusionsoft and plus this. So really quickly, we're going to hop over to Infusionsoft. And we're going to make a brand new campaign because this one is totally unique and it's going to be pretty cool to make from scratch. So you can see an example of that too. So let's do a video campaign. So this campaign that I'm going to create will probably be a little different than what you might do in your app because I don't know how your membership site is set up currently with your videos or how you're planning on building them, but the concepts that you're going to see here are very easy for you to apply in any of your campaigns that you're running videos with. So the first thing usually is actually going to be some kind of way that they get into your membership site. So fill out a form or they purchase a product or do something like that. And then they're going to be inside of your campaign where you might start delivering your different videos. So we'll just do like video 1. Or they can pick different videos as they're going through these things here. Well, let's say this is just like a little simple series. Maybe you have one type of video here, a different type of video there. However you want to do these. All right. And so each of these emails is basically just going to share something about the video that they can go watch now or whatever. Maybe they unlocked a different one or whatever. So they're going to be straightforward here. And they're just going to watch videos. And that's pretty much the campaign that we're going to start with there. Just a really simple 2 email, 2 different videos kind of thing. Once you kind of see the concepts demonstrated here, there's a million different ways you can apply them. So just want to get a simple one so you can kind of understand how it works first. And now the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to set up a new feature called a video trigger. And the way that these work is it allows us to put a tag on one of your contacts. If they watch a certain video for a certain amount of time, or if they watch a video and get to a certain point in that video that was important to you. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get an embed code in there. So let's just get a video embed code here from one of our videos. We'll take one from webinar here recently. Just for an example. All right, we get the embed code here, copy that, and then we're going to go into our plus this, put that code in, tell it to do next step. Perfect. All right, so the next thing you got to do is determine when you want to have this tag applied. So you can base it on a certain amount of time that they spent watching. So that's probably what most of you will end up doing. Where you're just interested to see if they watched at least like a minute of the video or something to show that they had genuine interest from what you were sharing there. The other thing you can do is base it on a cue point. So this would be if you have like a webinar that you're sharing a recording of and you want to know, did they actually make it to the point where we started going into our pitch? So that's the other way you can do it. So we're just going to do a quick one on the amount of time spent, and we're going to say it's just a minute. As long as they spend a minute on this video, we're going to say that's enough interest for them to start seeing ads for that topic. And then we're going to have to, we want to apply a tag when they do that. So we can say like blues video watched a minute, something like that. Something so we know what this tag means. Cool. And then we can take this and make a feature name. So we'll say blues video 1. So you're probably going to want to set up one of these triggers for each of your videos, or at least the important ones that you want to do. You'll save that. And then we are going to have this on Memberium for most of you. So you can just copy and paste this code onto your Memberium site where you have that video. And this is basically a new embed code. So wherever that video needs to appear, just put this code there and you're good to go. And now what's going to happen if we go back to our campaign is they're going to get a tag applied when they watch that blues video for a minute now. So we're going to take that tag and we want to, the next thing we wanted to do was put them into a Facebook custom audience for watching those blues videos if they ended up watching certain videos, right? Blues videos. So we would put that tag that we used from this last one, blues video watched a minute. Save that there. And now we need a sequence to put them into the Facebook custom audience. So this is the second part of this kind of feature. This one's going to be a video trigger, and then that's going to trigger a Facebook audience trigger. So in here, we needed to be adding them to our Facebook custom audience for people who watch our blues videos. And so the way we do that is we're going to set up a feature in Plusthis that uses an HTTP post, and we're going to put that in there once that's set up. So we'll come back to this in a little bit, but that's basically all you're going to be doing. So for your other videos where you might have like a rock video, it's very similar. You would do take one of your tags, you do this one for your rock video instead, so watched rock video, but obviously you need to set this up in Plusthis too so that there's a video trigger for your rock videos, and then they also get a different sequence that has a Facebook custom audience for watching rock videos. Watched rock video. And then this sequence in here will be very similar. It'll have another HTTP post, but that one will add them to the rock video custom audience. So that is what we're going to be doing in the campaign. So let's go back to Plusthis and now set up our Facebook audience trigger. So if you go to our feature library, go to Facebook audience triggers. Oh, I need to be on one that has access. Let me go back to the other account that does. We're going to go to feature library, and we're going to go to Facebook audience triggers. You're going to pick your ad account from here, and then this is going to find any of the Facebook custom audiences you already have. If you've never made a custom audience for this, that's actually really good. There are certain, you'll see it in here, there are certain Facebook audiences that are actually going to work with other third parties and some that won't. So it's really important that you make the kind that it mentions in here for that if you are going to make it your custom audiences directly in Facebook itself. Otherwise, it's really easy just to make it in Plus This if you don't want to worry about that. You can just name it and give a description, you're good to go. So in this example, we would probably make a custom audience for like blues audience. And then you can make another one for a different feature for a rock audience, and so forth. It's really easy for you to kind of customize these and make multiples later on. So in this one, we would make one for your blues audience. I'm not going to make it here because it's actually tied to a Facebook account. I don't want to clutter it with demo ads or demo accounts. So that's fine. It's pretty easy to do that. And then likewise, if they are coming through this campaign and you want them to be removed from a custom audience, you can do that too. And then lastly, this is just some extra little setup information where if we don't have a contact record that is, if we want to have this contact record match up with Facebook, we want them to check the email address and the phone number of that person to see if there's any matches in Facebook, so that the ads that they see line up with the contacts that we have inside of Infusionsoft. And then that's it. We're going to call this Blues Custom Audience Trigger. So this is going to be the one that just adds people to our Blues custom audience. I don't have one made, but that's what it would look like if you made one there. And this is probably not going to save as much, but we'll get that feature URL. And again, all you would do is in this Blues tag, when that's applied, we want to have this HTTP post run with that feature URL in there. And what that's going to do, if we look all the way back from the very beginning again, they've come into your membership site, they get the email to check out the different videos, and they click on the link in that email to go to your video there and watch it. Then what happens is they finish watching the video, they actually stayed for a minute, so they get that tag applied. The tag then triggers the sequence that then gets them to be added to a custom audience that delivers the Blues videos. And that is really all you have to do to get a video trigger to run into a Facebook audience trigger that adds them to that custom audience. It's a little bit more of a advanced feature combination that we're doing here, but it's a really cool one, and it could work really well once you kind of get the hang of it. Okay, so the next campaign I want to show you is the scarcity campaign. So this is really cool for situations where you want to be able to give a bonus to the first 10 people who buy from your promotion or whatever it is. And in this example, we're saying maybe the bonus is, instead of just getting the core benefits or the core membership program, they're going to get the premium membership and benefits for only the first 10 people who buy from this promotion specifically. And so the way that we set this up in Plus This is we're going to look at the campaign really quick. In your purchase sequence, they're going to purchase a product, and here you're going to deliver your product like you would normally, right? There's a little HTTP post we're going to add when we set up the Plus This feature for this, but I'll come back to that later. And then we're also going to have a tag that is applied to just those first 10 people who end up buying. And then those 10 people will get put into a sequence where they get their special bonus for doing that. So that is the general setup of this campaign. So now I'm going to go through the feature so you can see the little two pieces that we plug in, this tag and this HTTP post, in order to do this. So in Plus this, you're going to want a scarcity trigger to do the following campaign that we kind of described here. And the first thing it's going to want is a tag to count. So this tag is going to be a tag we want to be applied after someone buys, so we know how many people have actually bought in this promotion for this example here. So we're going to just take another start tag really quick, or start process, and then do a tag, and this would be like our tag that we would use. So let's go ahead and just create one in here. And we're going to call this membership bot count tag. And then we want to give this bonus to just the first 10 people. So we want only this other next tag to be applied only if there's less than 11 people who have gone through this. So we'll go ahead and apply another tag. We're going to make a new one here. And we're going to call this deliver membership bonus, like first 10. Create that tag. And then all we have to do is name this feature now. So we're going to call it a scarcity trigger